What is going on, everybody? Chatty CRC here with you. Welcome back to the channel, and today is a great and an exciting day because, as you can see, we have the Acrobrat frame here, designed by the Ummagawd company in California. Pretty cool, Tommy. I like that. Been keeping an eye on this one for a while. It's kind of confusing probably for some people, but I'm going to try my best to explain it. There's so many people doing frame overviews and everything like that. I want to talk a little bit about what this is and what I think its purpose is going to be. So Tommy built this to fly as close to a 5-inch as you can while still using 3-inch parts. It's designed around a RUNCAM mini split. It's got a vibration dampened, clean, dirty section, so that way you can dial in to get rid of all the jello that you might get in your RUNCAM split mini. Take a look at the actual grommets that come inside the package to talk about that. Here on the front, you can see we have a completely exploded view on how everything is set up and how it all goes together. So let's crack the package open, take a look at it, and we'll talk about some things. So while I'm opening this up here, we'll go ahead and get started. Most of the micro drones, micro brushless stuff that we talk about pretty much revolve around, you know, these small 2.5-inch, 3-inch type of vehicles like the babyhawk-r and this B-roll that I built here recently. And you can see the different motor sizes here. You know, the babyhawk-r is running like your 1106 type of motor. I've got a little bit bigger of a motor on here with 3-inch props. This is a 1404 type of motor. And the kind of motors that the actual Acrobrat is being built around right now is pretty much a 1407 type of motor. The going recommendation on release is a 1407, like 4000, 4100 kV, something like a Brother Hobby Tornado T1, and they use, you know, the regular 5mm shafts and props and prop nuts and everything like that, just like we would use on our bigger ships. So this is kind of like, I'm gonna call it like a mini drone platform, not necessarily a micro drone, because you're getting into some bigger parts, even though it still uses the split mini and a 20x20 stacks and everything like that. But there's a lot of things that are kind of up in the air. So motors being one thing, there is a Brat motor coming out that is going to be in that size, that has the T-motor type of mount, which is with just the 2 screws right here. So that's definitely going to reduce weight and everything like that. So if we can get the same kind of motor with that kind of mount, then hey, we'll be set. So right off the bat, it's going to say that this is the first batch of the Acrobats, and they are including 3 different densities of plate dampeners and soft mounts for the flight control and the dampeners, to try to dial in exactly what everybody needs. And again, it comes to, you know, kind of being new and, you know, a little bit of testing. Maybe they released everything a little bit early. The gear is out there to run it all now. It's just not clear what optimal gear is going to run everything. So we'll put that to the side there, start taking a look at everything. Again, here's the different densities of flight controller grommets. Here are the different densities of the actual dirty top plate grommets. And what's going to happen is you're going to put those grommets on the side plates, and then the side plates are actually going to slip over top of this bottom plate here. So we'll have grommets in here, and then this whole section will slip in like that, and then this will, you know, move actually, and the grommets will reduce and eliminate all of the vibrations and give us jello free video. So it's a pretty interesting design. You can see that we'll have the split mini up here, so we'll have plenty of protection and everything. Brain 3D has got some 3D prints going on for this. Out of the box, the carbon feels pretty nice there. The frame itself feels really nice. All the edges are chamfered, which is pretty sweet. And if you take a look at the frame here, you can see that we have a 20 by 20, another 20 by 20, and then another 20 by 20. So like split mini, flight controller stack, VTX stack, receiver stack, however you want to set it up. And then these are drilled out larger, so that way you can put your grommets inside there and soft mount everything. Comes with a nice piece of the sticky tape, which we all like. A sweet Ummagawd branded Velcro strap, which is definitely awesome. And we got standoffs and screws. We also got some nuts and everything like that. So we've got like a whole hardware package here that comes with everything as well. So this is going to be pretty cool. I already have all the parts that I'm going to be throwing in here. A lot of the stuff that is already in my B-roll. I'll be going with the Nano Talon, Heli Nation, flight controller, and the SPEEDX stack that it comes with, and then of course an RXR and a split mini, and probably the same VTX, the 20 by 20 HGL-RC VTX. I've been having a blast with this, you know, true micro quad here that popped the 4S 650 China Hobbyline battery on it, and with the 3-inch props and the weight of this thing, I fly around and just cruise around the yard and just have like tons of fun. And you can see immediately just how much bigger the Acrobrat is going to be compared to this. And then as far as like height and everything goes, it's going to be about the same height with that and the battery, so that's not going to be a big deal. But you can see where I'm getting at, where this is definitely like I think a true micro quad, and this is, like I'm saying, a mini that this is going to definitely fly closer to that 5-inch. Kind of makes me reminisce and think back about my Vortex 150 that had kind of like the same kind of motors. I'm not sure what the power was on them. I think they might have been 1306 or 1307s, but it ran the 3-inch HQ props, which I still have a bunch of that go on and have the prop nut and everything. So there's definitely going to be a lot of different things going on and builds and development going on with this. I see a lot of people are buying it. A lot of people are talking about it being their first micro build and everything like that. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of results people are getting. I hope that everybody does their research and just doesn't start flaming Tommy and Rotor Riot for saying, hey, this is a beta product and all kinds of stuff like that, because it's kind of nice to be involved at the beginning in some kind of testing in the community. I know a lot of people don't like dealing with that stuff. I've seen people asking for a bind and fly or a complete build list and all kinds of stuff, and you know, hey, it's just not out there yet. So anyway, that's just my quick overview of everything. There's plenty of videos out there. There's a Facebook group video as well, so if you want to jump on there and see what everybody's doing with this, I'm pretty excited. It's going to be nice to have something this size to throw around, and I'm anxious to see how close it does fly to a 5-inch. And it'll be nice because I'll be able to expand my yard and fly more without having to worry about crashing as much and all kinds of stuff, and I'll be able to go through smaller gaps and everything, because of course it is still a lot smaller than that. So anyway, that's gonna do it. That's the Acrobrat. Stay tuned and look at the channel. We'll see you later.